toxic. And the next thing is these other things, like you see, gaslighting, controlling, emotional blackmail, all these things start kicking in. But while it starts, it seems okay. And so it's acceptable. But much later, that is when you realize, oh my goodness, I'm in with a crazy nut. Yeah. Toxic relationships are often invisible at first. They are often invisible at first. It begins with intensity, passion, then slowly control creeps in, and it starts being scary. Yeah, it starts with intensity. These phone calls, these texts, these flowers, this constant checkup on news, these dropping by surprise at work, even at home. Yeah, passion. Then slowly control creeps in. And once control creeps in, there is no reverse. All these other things. And guys, you need to note this. A toxic relationship is not defined constantly with violence. Yeah, it is not. So you cannot say that they are constantly violent. He can actually hit you, and the next thing is buying you flowers, taking you out to dinner, and yet he just beat you. So it's not constantly violent. A toxic relationship sometimes does not start off like that. It can start off with intensity, passion, all the nitty gritties and the good things until the creeping sets in and things take a different toll. Yeah. Many toxic relationships follow a cycle. They follow a certain cycle, many of them. Yeah, like idealization. There's this the idea of a person that you have. Uh, you first of all think, oh my goodness, that is it. This is he. Until the real them comes out and you're scared to the bone. You can't go anywhere. I mean, we've watched enough movies where the person becomes stalked. You fear to even get out of the house. You're always in hiding because this person that you first of all started off thinking is the right, they first of all seem like Miss Right or Mr. Right until they change. It's like a flip of a of a card and you're seeing a different person dealing with a completely different person. I would like to read some messages. And Lillian says, and separating you from the friends and family is also an indicator. Yes. One of the indicators that this is a toxic relationship, it is the separation of your partner separating you from your friends and your family. These are your support team. You need them to be who you are. I mean, you had them before he was in the picture or before she was in the picture, but then she comes in and make sure you lose all these friends. They've all got to go. You can't be seen with any of them. I know actually of a gentleman I met some time back. He said, I've been in relationships that didn't work out. And this time round, if I ever get in one again, I'll make sure this girl doesn't have friends. And I was asking, how will you do that? And he said, well, for starters, I'll make sure I'll sleep with all her friends. That way she doesn't bring them home again. Because she will know and then keep them away because she'll try to. And I found that a bit foolish because that's not wise. No one can live or be able to cope with life without friends and family. But some people, because of their insecurity, they keep friends and family away. They make sure because they think if it's a man, if he's hanging so much with his family members, they'll advise him on how to manage things or do things, and so she'll become useless. And if it's the woman, they think that if a woman is kept with her relatives and they are not colliding in any way, the woman will start being demanding, spending more, learning new things that she'll come demanding for, so they keep the circle really tight and closing on the girl and make sure she doesn't have friends and family around her. Yeah, Lillian, that's a very good point that you've just mentioned there. Otherwise, many toxic relationships that I said have a cycle of idealization. You first of all started thinking this is the right person for me. So you think the idea of the man that you've always wanted, of the woman that you've always wanted, is the first thing. You think, oh my goodness, I got her. Oh my goodness, I met him. And guess what? Then things change. Yeah. We all dream of people who will treat us like queens, as kings, who will respect and honor us until things really change. But we always think the other one. Then it from idealization to devaluation. This person starts making you feel like you're nothing. You lose your value, sense of value. If before you thought you were pretty, you start thinking you're not, because this person starts coming up with these ideas of what a beautiful person should be. And when you check on that list, none of the things that you've got, match what this person thinks of a beautiful person. So you start thinking less of yourself. You start thinking, oh my goodness, he's doing me a favor staying with me. Because after all, as per the description of beauty, I don't have what she thinks is beautiful or what he thinks is beautiful. So you stick with them because you think it gets to a place where it seems like they are doing you a favor, being with you because you're not it, and yet they are with you. So that is also another sign that it's a toxic relationship and something has got to change. Yeah. Then it changes to discard, where this person is really treating you ill. They are beating you. They are treating you like rubbish. Remember, it starts off with idealization. You are the ideal person. You are the right person, or they are the right people. And then after that, they are devaluing you. You're losing yourself. Before you know it, a person who used to smile, you're not smiling anymore. A person who used to dress up, you're not dressing up anymore. A person who used to love makeup and going out and being happy, you're not happy anymore. Why? Because this person reduced you to this person that is not happy anymore, and you've lost yourself. An example of that is a story that I was telling you about of Prayer and Ray. Yeah. Ray started off giving Prayer presents, flowers, checking in on her, text messages every hour, grand promises. But soon as she was committed, things shifted. Yeah. He became cold, distant, then overly affectionate again. Prayer was constantly confused as to where she stood in that relationship, because she didn't know whether she was being tolerated, whether she was actually being loved, whether she was the one. You see how this person is making her feel things that are not, because at some point he's giving. Yeah. Until this Prayer read about what they call love bombing, did she realize that, oh, this is what is going on with me, and she left. She left that relationship. Well, she still had feelings for the guy, but had to leave because she knew that that was not a healthy relationship and she had to do something about it. Yeah. And another one that I had written down also, another story that I remember very well, was about Sarah and Mike. Yeah. Sarah thought Mike was the one. Oh my goodness, Mike was everything. He knew what to say, knew what to do exactly, and she kept on bragging, I've got Mr. Right finally. Yeah. But few months in, he started making comments. You're lucky I'm with you. If I was not with you, I don't know who would be with you anyway. He would get angry if she wore makeup and spoke to male friends. But remember, she was working before that and had this circle of friends. She was dealing in fabric, yeah. And when you're dealing with any kind of business, you deal not only with women but also men. So suppliers can be male, suppliers can be female. So the man was using all kind of words that were really breaking her down. And when she would cry, he would say, you're too emotional.